Let's make some bias tape together. I start by cutting my fabric into a square. I do that by folding it into a triangle and then cutting off the excess. And then you can cut the folded edge and then take the bottom of the triangle and fold it up. Now it's a smaller triangle, and now you can cut your strips. Mine are 2-inch strips. Make them however big or small you need them. Try to not make your strips too small though. Sewing them can be a little confusing for some, but I promise it's simple. What we're going to be looking at is these triangles at the top. On one side of the strip, the pointy side will go to the left, and the other side, it'll go to the right. I'm just going to call them left triangles and right triangles. You're going to want 2 of the same. So here I'm starting with left triangles. You're going to take your fabrics right sides together and fold them like this. This should kind of make like a right angle. And then try your absolute best to make sure these little leftover triangle pieces at the end are around the same size. If not, your bias tape could look a little wonky. I'm making double fold bias tape, so it doesn't really matter that much. Anyway, sew those at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. When you're done sewing those pieces, you can trim off those little ears or little triangles. And this is what it should look like. This one isn't perfect, but that's okay. It's handmade. I'm going to show you one more time on the right side because this confused the absolute heck out of me the first time I ever made binding. So now my triangle is pointing to the right. So I'm going to take another triangle pointing to the right and do right sides together, making that 90-degree angle, making sure the little ears are relatively the same. Again, if they're not perfect, it's okay. You're making it homemade and that's amazing and it's not mass produced. And just continue those steps till you're finished with all your binding. Making sure to spread out those short pieces. I like to try to combine long and short pieces first and just really spread out those short pieces because I know they can get bulky. Now, if you're wanting to make double fold bias tape, these little tools are amazing. They are linked in my TikTok shop. They're also linked on my Amazon. They were only a couple dollars and you'll need something to push the fabric through. I'm using a stiletto and this is optional. It's a clapper. My fabric is upholstery fabric, so it takes a while to iron. Find your right side bias tape maker and feed the end of the bias tape through it. I use a stiletto to help me really push it through. Sometimes it can take a minute and then you can start ironing. I swear I would not be making my own bias tape if I didn't have one of these tools. I have tried making folded bias tape on my own and I'm just not about that life. Alright, I am coming up on a seam, so I'm going to show you how to work that through your bias tape maker. If you have cotton, you might have an easier time. This is upholstery fabric, so it's super thick. You just want to gently tug it through. Just take your time because it is a little difficult to work it through at first. You can use the stiletto to help you. If you pull the bias tape maker out too far, don't panic. It's okay. That's exactly what I did right here. You can use your fingers to fold the fabric up and iron it like that, or you can use your stiletto. I know my fabric was piping hot. On the seams, they might take a little longer to iron flat. Just take your time. Anyways, that's pretty much all there is to it. If you have any more questions, I'd love to help answer them. I am not very confident at sewing bias tape on, but the more I practice, the more confident I get, so maybe I will get there one day. Thanks for watching. Happy sewing.